Hello, welcome to the next edition of the Wednesday special. Today we're going to be trying out Boros Burn for Pioneer. We got a brand new card in Lightning Helix. It's essentially the only new card, but that card is quite powerful. And since Burn really hasn't been a thing in Pioneer, there has been weird equivalents, but not necessarily, burn. So we're going to try it out and see how well we do. And hopefully we crush it out of the ballpark, because I really like to see Boros Burn be a thing in the format. And especially with temporary lockdown being so present, I think spells are going to have to be what really makes up for the in red decks if you're not O'Hare, right? So let's try it out, see how we do. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification to alert for future videos. We're on our way to 1,000 subs. Let's get there together. We have a lot of spicy decks coming this season. So make sure you sub. It's going to be awesome. So let's get into the deck list and see the deck in action. So we have 4 Skewers, Searing Bloods, Helix, Boros Charm, Play of a Fire. We have a lot of Burn, Light Up the Stage to Dig. And then we have a total of 16 creatures, which 8 are 1-drops. We have Eidolons, 2 Punishers, 2 Ferocidons, and 2 more on the board for Amalia combo. 3 chains in the side, so we could deal with Shieldred, big, medium-sized threats. You don't really get access to that with the mono red version. We have 2 in the festivities, pretty decent. Again, something like Boros Convoke. A couple Rending Volleys for, a little bit of removal for Amalia, as well as Spirits, stuff like that. 2 Rest in Peace for Graveyard Hate for the Phoenix matchup. 4 Rolling Vortexes for Guntorius, Lotus Field, also Amalia, right? And we have, of course, Rampaging Ferocidon also for Amalia. Vortex also could help against control, but keep in mind, they run lockdown, so it's kind of not necessarily that great now. So if lockdown didn't exist, it would be a much better card against control, but we're going to still try it out. So let's get into, see the deck in action. Mountain, Soulscar Mage, say go. Tap, Triumph passes. Creature would be bad here. Lightning Helix, shove, say go. Swamp, Bedack. So this is clearly Guntorius. So we'll play the Forge, drop down a Ferocidon, say go. Another Triumph. Another Bedack. Passes. Play a tap land, I guess. Helix. Bolt, say go. Tomb. Tapped. Puts Karuga in hand. Ferocidon, say go. We need a decent amount of damage out of Ferocidon here to close this game out. Forest. Now what? Karuga. That's not the worst card. Any burn spell wins. Swifty. Play the Swifty, take a damage. Shove. And say go? I mean, it's like weird. So if he plays another creature, we win. But he has to play a creature or kill Ferocidon. Plains. Passes. Another land. Go to combat. Shove. Boros Charm. Alright, got game 1. I think I just bring in Ferocidon. I don't know if it's Guntorius. I didn't see any red mana. Chain could be okay. Searing Blood seems off the table. And maybe 1 Play of Fire. Run it like that. App Triumph passes. What might a 1-drop here? Mountain. Swifty. Shove. Say go. Tap land. Passes. Another land. Play of Fire. Let's see if we can guarantee a good card. Bottom. That makes me feel a little bit less safe in what happens here. So we'll go ahead and just try to deal as much damage as we can before a lockdown or something hits us. It looks like probably a Bedeck's probably inbound, I would imagine. Tap land. Oi. Land. Go to combat. Shove. Say go. Flood is on. Herd Migration. Yeah, this is definitely Guntorius. Steam Vents. Tapped. Passes. Oh my gosh. Another one. Another land. I think I'm going to scoop it up. The Flood. We'll bring in the Vortexes. Chain of the Rocks looking less good. Probably bring back in the play. Is Punisher not worth it? Probably not. Run it like that. Mountain. Swifty. Shove. They go. Okay, this hand is all depending on this light up the stage. Plays a Triumph and passes. Mountain, that's good. That means I get to play with fire. Bottom the Ferocidon. Light up the stage for next turn. Shove, say go. Boros, probably looks like a Herb Migration inbound. Nope. Kills my threat, gains some life. So play that untapped. And Helix, or Vortex, say go. Plays a tap land and passes. Play ourselves a tap land. I can't risk it, I don't think. I think I just play Eidolon, say go. Herd Migration. So he's at 18. Plays a tap tomb and passes. So we play a Vortex in case he has a binding. And we just go to combat and shove. Ganju. We let that happen. Play a Soulscar Mage, say go. So he has enough Quintorius now. So we go ahead and activate Vortex. So he discovers, which means he's going to take 10. Makes a 3-2, and sadly he has no other option but to lose this turn. Play with fire and skewer for the win. 1-0. Let's get into the next. Vantage, Swifty, shove, say go. Canal, passes. This might be either creativity or Phoenix. Play Eidolon, ops. Seems wise not to take that 2 points of damage. Shove, say go. Next turn I'm probably gonna try to double spell, get as much damage as I can. But then again, does Phoenix play Jengatha? So it's definitely not creativity with that. That's not a good top deck. So play with fire. We could use the land. That's fine. And then skewer. Attempt to shove. Alright, plays with fire the Great Revel. Takes 3 to 8. Ops. That makes sense. Definitely, I think this is Phoenix. Ops. Looks like he's trying to dig for a land, maybe? Plays a Ganju. Play a Furnace Punisher. And shove. So, white, that could mean he has Lightning Helix. So he goes to 5. But if he had Helix, he would be killing the Punisher before that gets on the stack, I guess. But no, he does. Okay. So, first things first. Lightning Helix. Skewer. And win. Got it. So against Helix, I think I went Ferocidon. Rest in Peace could be okay, but we did not see Phoenix. So I think I'm going to go down these Searing Bloods. I think I just play it safe and go with Rolling Vortex, run it like that. Canal. Passes. Mountain. Mage. Say go. Spire. Passes. Play Eidolon. Say go. This makes me think it's Jeskai Ascendancy. The way he's playing Spire, and he's playing white cards as well. So there's the Ganju. Still can't confirm. So we'll go ahead and play a Ferocidon. Take some damage, I guess. And attempt to shove for 2. Say go. Island. Young Pyromancer. Ferocidon's really good against Young Pyromancer. Just passes. So let's lead off with a play with fire on the Young Pyromancer. Try to get any kind of spell out of him now while he gets value. Yeah, so he gets a 1-1. Takes a point of damage. Actually, he takes a lot of damage, doesn't he? Takes 3. So it's kind of insane. Surge of Salvation. So now his stuff has hexproof. Okay, that protects. And it says prevent all damage that black and red would deal to creatures you control this turn. So I think my best bet is to just light up the stage. And since I can't target him, we just pass. Because he'll just block, and then block here. So we will attempt to play with fire the Pyro. Try to get him to use more spells. So we're at 8. And we have enough burn in hand. But I want him to use his mana. So he plays with fire my Eidolon, which is reasonable for me, because then I'm not taking damage when I cast my spells. So another Surge. So now he's at 5. And this resolves. So now he has 2 mana up, 1 card in hand. So we go ahead and Boros Charm. And attempt to skewer. 2-0. Let's get into the next. So we kept his hand. We put 1 to the bottom. So 6 out of 19 lands found. It can't be very high statistics that we keep drawing them. Thoughtseize is taking my only non-land card. Alright. Watch me draw a land. Play with fire. So we play Vantage, they go. This is kind of tricky, but I still think it's correct to kill the elf. Play Soulscar Mage, they go. Got it. So against elves, probably Ferocidon. Less so on Punisher. I don't like up in the festivities, down play with fire. I don't like that. Thoughtseize. Takes the charm and passes. I wouldn't mind another 1-drop here. So play Swifty and shove. They go. Shocks himself. 3-draw Forge. That means we're playing Eidolon this turn and attempt to shove. So he must really want that green source. Copter. That definitely slows us down for attacking. You just cruise it and plays another elf because it's free. Not really, but it takes 2 life, but sort of free. And passes. We draw a Vantage. Not the worst top deck. So we play Swifty. We take a little bit of damage. We play Eidolon and pass. Tap Cottage, which is not bad here because he gets to start attacking with it eventually if he can to gain more life. And again, this Ferocidon's going to stop that. Troll. Oh, this must be attempt at the new combo that uses Troll. He's at 6 life. Not a very high life total. Goes accruing, which is not... That's a questionable move. Hits me to 3. Now what's stopping me from cracking back? Got it. He realizes 3-0. Let's get into the wrap up. So what do we want to speak about this deck overall? And I think Searing Blood was probably the worst card in the deck. That's not saying much. That's not, it's not really net negative to the card. But it definitely just didn't feel good the matches that we did draw it. It would have been okay in the last match, but we didn't draw it. Other than that, like Quintorius is not a very good card because you gotta have creatures. I'm not sure how I want to switch it up. Maybe switch 2 Vortexes for 2 Bloods. Swap them like they're the rolls and put the 2 Searing Bloods in the side. Maybe that's the option. I don't really want to bring in the Ferocidons more because 6 3-drop seems a little excessive to me, especially in a low to the ground aggro deck. Sadly, we still have to play 16 creatures. It would have been so much better if we had a little bit more burn. 20 burn spells seems like a fun time. Actually, we do have 20 burn spells. What am I saying? We have 17 and the 4 here. So I wouldn't mind like a creature maybe that gives me card advantage and adjacent to it. We did have probably our worst part was when we just drew too many lands and got flooded. That did cost us a game. I ended up scooping it up because we just couldn't win from that point, I don't think. We ended up taking the match against Quintorius, but I do think that would have been a much better, different game if we would have been drawing other cards other than lands. We can't really cut back on mountains because of the Chain of the Rocks. And I don't really want to cut Play with Fires for Spikefield Hazards. Maybe that's probably the better option is cutting a couple Bloods for a couple of Spikes in case I need more lands, but I don't know if that's necessary. If you guys have any considerations for Boros Burn, let me know down in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification before you head out that door. And until next time, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon.